Hey everybody, Chad with Fishing with the Chad. Wanted to teach you how to tie up a Kentucky double hook rig. The first things you're going to need is some leader line. What I like is the 50-pound, there we go. What I like is the 50-pound Omniflex. You can get it at Walmart for about $5 or $6 for 150 yards. You need a couple hooks. I prefer circle hooks. Handy tool to keep in mind is some kind of snips. I like to keep these on my boat. So, and a barrel swivel. First thing you want to do is pull out enough line. I usually do about arm's length because you're going to need enough line to make a couple loops to tie off. There we go. And one other thing I'll say will come in handy if you're pre-rigging, it's great. You won't always have this on a boat because you don't want screws in your boat, but some kind of screw or nail that the top is very flat. So make sure if you're using the screw that it goes down into the whatever you're using to hold it all the way so it doesn't nick your line. First thing I'm going to do is at the very bottom I'm going to take and tie a knot with a big loop for my sinker. Go over and through. Just like that. And you want this big because the sinkers that I use, I'll pull this one off here. Are rather big. I use typically 10 ounces in the river, fishing the Ohio, so there's a lot of current in the spring and stuff. And you're able to use even more than one if you need it, but you just feed it through the line and around the sinker there and pull it tight. Okay, so your tag in, you can clip that off a little bit there. Now my first hook I want to be around 6 to 8 inches off of the bottom. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to make a loop, pull that loop out a little bit because it will come down on you some. You'll have two horizontal lines next to each other. You want to wrap those around each other a few times to make another little loop in the middle. I normally do about 5 or 6 times. Just make sure you keep, as you're turning, the center loop like so. So you have that loop. What you're going to do is you're going to take the big loop line through this. And the reason that I had that screw is so I can hold that on there, because as you're trying to pull it tight, it will want to pull all the way down on you. So, a little bit. So once you have that tight, you're going to just pull that real tight, like so. So you have a nice little loop for your hook. So I would go through the back of the eye, around the entire hook, and pull it tight. So now you have your low hook that'll be hanging just off of the bottom of the, sorry about that, just off the bottom of the river or the bottom of the lake, whatever you want to do. So your next loop you want to tie up from it, normally about a foot. You're going to do the same steps as before. Make your loop, two horizontal lines. You're going to start wrapping them inside here, keeping the center. 4, 5. Pull your line through it. Put it on my trusty nail. Tie it tight. You'll see, got a nice tight line there. Alright, so the last thing I do is to tie on my barrel swivel at the top. Put it, loop it here, put it through your eye. We're going to tie a polymer knot. Make your loop. Put it through the center hole here. And then pull your barrel swivel through this. Keep your hand on this so that your tag line doesn't come through. And then pinch it down tight. And then cut off your excess. Make sure it's nice and tight. One thing I do on all my rods is I have quick clips. A buddy of mine introduced me to these a couple months back, and I love them. It makes it easy to switch out if I want to go from a Santee Cooper rig or to a suspended, whatever I want to change over. If I get a frayed leader line and I want to change it out really quick, that way I'm getting the baits back in the water as quickly as possible. I'm cutting it out. But these little quick clips, so like I said, they got a little hook here on the top, and there you go. It's automatically on there, ready to go. And like I said, if I want to switch back, if I decide to move and change them out again, I can change them out as quickly as I want. So there you have it. Hope you'll hit that thumbs up, and hopefully you will subscribe if you already haven't. Till then, tight lines, hook a big one.